Alright, yeah. Oh god, Mike. Back. Alright, there we go. This is gonna be a Final Fantasy hate video. For all you sensitive motherfuckers up in here right now who's gonna get mad as shit, might as well leave right now. Scurry along. Scurry along. Final Fantasy is without a doubt the most dead RPG franchise I have ever fucking seen. Now I know a lot of y'all might be thinking, isn't that Pokemon? See, the thing with Pokemon is, as melted down as it is, it never left its roots. It never forgot who it was. Final Fantasy is a lost child in a big world. It's lost its roots and it doesn't even know what it is. It's just on its own little ignorant tyrant. And now it's like the games get worse with each installment. I don't even know. I mean, it's so obvious that the Tales of franchise is basically the new light for all the people who are looking for a mainstream RPG franchise. Well, that's not really mainstream, but I mean, every new game is good. And I mean, come on, Final Fantasy. Who plays that shit anymore? Who likes Final Fantasy anymore? Shut the fuck up. I said, you're no one. You're nobody.
I love Final Fantasy.
And that's why you got shit taste. You also like Queen's Blade.
Yeah.
It's horrible. The worst anime I've ever seen. You're getting on my nerves, Dirty. You don't be interrupting my videos like that.
I like it for a different reason.
Alright, anyway, Final Fantasy's utter garbage. At this point, you might as well just play any other RPG. It's like just any other thing would do. I mean, honestly, when was the last time you had an RPG? I mean, you're the only franchise where the Fed boys still talk about a game made in the 90s like it's the glory days. Final Fantasy VII was the best installment of Final Fantasy. I can't believe. I hope they remake it. I hope they remake it. I hope they remake Final Fantasy VII every fucking year on April 1st. There's a Final Fantasy VII rumor. Final Fantasy VII coming out for the PS3. Final Fantasy VII is coming back, guys. It's coming back. Oh my god, it's coming back. It's the same shit year after year. And then, not only that, you have to wait like years after a game being announced. Fucking years. Years for a new game. Final Fantasy 13 Versus was, well, that shit was announced like 6 years ago. And you're getting new games instead of the one they announced. You got 13-2. They didn't even announce 13-2. What did they announce 13-2? Like a year before it came out or some shit? And y'all got that game, but you ain't get 13 fucking Versus. 6 years, and you don't even have a fucking legitimate gameplay thing yet. You got one trailer, 2 trailers. One with some gameplay. And honestly, it doesn't even look like it's worth the fucking hype. It's like Kingdom Hearts, but boring. I saw that shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Final Fantasy is dead. There's no saving that shit. It's a fact. It's a fact. Ask the thousands, hundreds of thousands disappointed fans with each installment. They're on GameFAQs talking about, is this game even going to come out anymore? Is it even going to come out anymore? I give up. I quit. Final Fantasy's been dead. I mean, come on. They turn every fucking new number like 13 into some grand franchise. We're going to have 13-2, 13-3. Lightning story isn't over yet, guys. Who gives a fuck about Lightning anymore?
I still do.
Because she's a chick.
Yes.
But everybody knows if you look hard enough, she looks like a female Cloud. Ruined it for you. Ruined it. Just like Man-Face Akiga. I ruined it for you, boy. No. You want a real RPG? Play the Tales of franchise. That's a franchise that won't disappoint you. You got a few bad games here and there. But overall, it's a great franchise. And quite frankly, the Final Fantasy fanboys need some love, so I'm over here making this video for them so they know what to come to if they need some help. They can come to me. Come to the Tales of franchise. Come over. Come to the Tales of franchise, brothers. You need a good RPG in your life. You can't just rely on Final Fantasy. Even if that shit was good, you gotta wait like 6 years for a new installment every time. Are you kidding me? What the fuck are they doing in there? You don't even get me started on Kingdom Hearts 3. What the fuck is that? We ain't gonna get no Kingdom Hearts 3. You're gonna get Birth by Sleep 2 next year, I bet. You ain't gonna get no fucking Kingdom Hearts 3. That shit ain't never coming out. That shit gonna come out for the PS4. That's how bad it is. That's how long it takes for them. You know what? It's not even like if they produce a quality game after making you wait 6 years. They produce a mediocre game. I don't know what the fuck they could be doing with all that time they have in their hands. It's like Duke Nukem. The longer it took, the worse the game got. You poor Final Fantasy fanboys, I know. I don't even know if there are fanboys anymore. Is there anyone who legitimately stands up for that series anymore?
I do.
So is there anyone who legitimately stands up to that series anymore? I mean, quite frankly,
That's fine.
all the fans, they just they have nothing to fight back with. You tell them Tales of is actually better than Final Fantasy. I agree. Final Fantasy's garbage. I hate it. I mean, nobody even stands up for it. I mean, God. You know what Square Enix should stick to though? They should stick to making games like The World Ends With You. That shit was good. I love that game. But Final Fantasy is a dead franchise. It's time to move on. That shit has not produced happiness in years. People say 10 was the last good game, and even arguably then, it wasn't even that good to some people. But a lot of people don't like that game. It's just a movie, and I mean, it's pathetic. The state of the Final Fantasy fan base. I mean, quite frankly, they are fucked. But I guess since Square Enix has money to fuck around, and people keep buying their shitty ass games, they're not going anywhere anytime soon. And quite frankly, you have no one but yourselves to blame for that. But hey, maybe the next one will be good. Woo! Final Fantasy is dead for good.